You know what? I'm professional, okay? I'm a professional. I try and start the show early. Well, not early, but late. But without a countdown to make sure everything is double prepped and sorted. Because I'm a professional strummer. This isn't my first show. This isn't my first hoedown. I know what's going on, professional. It's not scuffed. It's good. It's good, man. I'm thrown out. Today, Friday. I don't stream on a Friday because I make up time to get everything as much as done as possible for YouTube. So I have some time to actually edit and make things look nice and special and not slapped together by a hobo who just got paid a hot dog to make a video, you know? That's what we try to do on a Friday. And I recorded two TDPs today. I recorded 2 TDPs for you, and it's been a while since I've recorded a TDP, and of course the first one failed. But I will admit to something, ladies and gentlemen. I will admit that I went into Siege of Borealis. I was healing that group, and I utterly forgot on the first boss of Siege of Borealis the difference between the barrage and the bombs. So of course, I thought I had it in the bag. As a pro gamer like I am, as a hero, someone who has done Siege of Borealis so many times, how could I possibly fail such a mechanic as running away? And yeah, they did and wiped the group. I totally did. And the whole group was like, Shaman, what the fuck? Do you know what to do here and all that? I'm like, I think so. Like, I do know what to do here. Like, that was what was blowing my mind. I was like, yeah. I do know what I'm supposed to do here. And then, when the boss, we got there for the second time, I noticed that there's a difference between the barrage and the bombs, because one of them looks like a bomb and the other one doesn't look like a bomb. And then I went, oh, yeah. And the nightmare of it all, and the reason I'm telling you this is not a spoiler, is simply because the footage corrupted. Son of a bitch, so I didn't even get it on camera. Bastard! Bastard! So I had to go into another TDP where I realised at the very last moment before the dungeon was about to start is that I was surrounded by 4 Russians, and I was like, oh shit, everybody's Russian here. Communication is going to be difficult. Communication is going to be difficult. Yeah, and that's why I'm telling you guys it happened, because you'll all be like, well, that's convenient, isn't it, Mike? Like, you, the one where you were a complete fucking noob cake. That's why I'm telling you guys. So, I in full disclosure, noob cake confirmed. Was absolutely the guy who wiped the group. Was a total failure. And then ended up teaming up with the Russians in what appears to be, to me, one of the most epic finales to a boss in a fucking Mythic Plus ever. Did it come down to the wire? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Did I have to use the tank HP with a Spirit Link? And I forgot what it was like to be a Resto Shaman, where you had the ability to literally use the tank HP to keep the group alive for those last few percent. It was the only choice I had left. It was the only choice I had left, was to drain the tank's HP into everybody else in order to keep them alive. That was the plan. That was the strategy I came down with. Uh-oh. I'm working right now, little James. Where? Do you want to show people? Okay. Now you have to say Pika.
Pika, Pika.
Oh, you're invisible, but you do have ears, floppy Pikachu ears, and all that kind of stuff.
Why am I invisible?
I don't know, but Daddy's working right now, so can you close the door and Daddy'll be out to play soon?
Huh?
Good deal.
I
I know you're invisible. Excuse me. Come on, I'm working. I'm doing a show. You little monsters. Luckily for you guys, though, the show doesn't stop there, because my kids have brought us a pink piano. So now a rendition from Mike. No, I'm not going to play that, because it actually just never stops. In fact, I've pressed the button, and now it's going to continue going. Let's turn it off. I turned it off! BBC Kids all over again. Fun story, and you can keep a track on this. Emma has qualified to be on a kids' TV show as a singer. That's the thing that's happening right now. Emma does not sing. At all. Like, in any way. In any way. In any way. So, I seem proud. I don't know. But anyway, I was recording up until the minute drama started, so as such, we're having random story day. We're having random story day. So what's going to happen in here, I don't know. Hopefully there'll be no murder or anything like that, or beatings of any kind. You know, the huge that we can get in some stories sometimes. Hopefully nothing along those lines. And I hope you guys have all had a tremendous week, because I have. As you can tell, my entire family is home, which usually they're not for drama. Emma tries to keep the house relatively empty while we're doing drama time, but not today, because things need to get done. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some names. Let's get some wonderful Patreons to get some names together. We're going with... I call myself Clutch Johnson because of the TDP. Look forward to that. We need a co-leader who will go with Luo. We need a girl. Ooh. I think we've had her recently, but it is in the latest list of names Emma sent me. So we'll go with Dakota. Another girl. Let's go with... let's try and get some variances. Oh, Egret. You know nothing. You know nothing. Future leader will be Jerry. Jerry the leader. He can be our friend here. Officer. Another officer. Who can be Bert. Yeah. And of course, Mr. White could be the healer. Scissors confirmed. Yeah, scissors. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going down this road with you guys. And hopefully we're going to have some fun with it today. So, yeah, let's get underway. Let's have some fun. Hollow Preacher of Brofist, that dirty chat of yours. Wow. Aggressive. I hail from team down the road from Manchester, a Mancunian. I know, question marks, right? Nice raid testing last night, Jax. Coward. And as you know, if it ain't Mank, it's wank. I guess. I mean, not for me. I'm a long-time viewer and a first-time writer. I've been playing WoW since vanilla, but that's not what brings me to write this to you. Our story takes us to the wonderful world of... Oh my god, this isn't even WoW. Okay, we're going... and this... Okay, how many of you play Final Fantasy XIV? Because I'm going to need your help. How many of you have cat people? How many of you have fucking cat people and little pygmy shits and all that kind of stuff? Oh, sweet Jesus. All right, we're going to Weebs. Yeah. Let's see where it takes us. I don't mind. Eorzea. We're going to Eorzea. E-O-R-Z. The world of Eorzea in that Final Fantasy XIV. Let's Google that for those of us who are unfamiliar with Eorzea. Is that like Azeroth? Is that what it is? Eorzea. Eorzea is the setting. All right, so it's Azeroth. All right, easy game. Our story takes us to the re-release in 2015. In WoW terms, it was during the Warlords of Draenor drought. My now wife... Oh, he's married. Dakota. Oh, so that means you can't have any of that weird... RP sex, right? My now wife Dakota and I were in a raiding guild. We were in one of the many raid teams in the guild. Oh, okay, he's team 2. And I was the raid leader. We were both officers in the guild, with us being given responsibilities. We were the people who helped find and make raid teams. Oh, you're the spammers in trade chats. Understood. They label their... they have... they label their groups for raiding. They're not Team 1. They're not Team Alpha. They are Teams A to P. Team P. Son of a bitch. Who wants to be in Team P? Can we also get a Weibo name for this guild? Can you guys support me on this? Team P. Poggers. Team P. Big time. Well, yeah, we need some weeb name for this. 8-man groups are easy to make and easy to maintain with Final Fantasy's group format of 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS, mate. 4 DPS. Now, for some education on you guys, the guild's called Attack on Titan. Konnichiwa. Wow, Jax. Now, raids in Final Fantasy are very different to WoW. Very, very different. A single boss with a spattering of trash, with the boss having multiple mechanics that all have the potential to wipe the raid in seconds if not done right. Seems pretty similar to World of Warcraft, I guess. My group was progressing through turn 9, a fight against Nail Van Durnus. Ooh! Let's check. I'm curious. Nail Van Durnus. Turn 9. Oh god, there's a fucking novel for Final Fantasy XIV, by the way. Lore. Who was Nail Van Durnus? Let's do Vale Van Durnus world first. Yes! That's what we want. Oh, shit. I've got it, boys. Easy clap. Easy clap. Are you ready? It's going to be epic as fuck. Let's look. Fuck you right away. A cat face special production, you weeby bastards. You fucking weeby bastards. Oh, man. All right. We've got to focus on the cat face. If I was to workshop this UI, what words would I use? Cluttered. It's so hard. Okay, there's the boss. It's some sort of demon thing. Oh, it looks kind of like a Diablo 3 type thing. Whoa! Sparkles! Very nice. Very nice. Why does he have your focus target bar above your character? Triggered. Triggered. And you got people's level and shit? Dude. I don't know what this guy's doing. Is he healing? Is this a healer? I don't know what's happening. I think he's a healer. None, are these on cooldown? What's happening? I don't like it. Oh, that's the global cooldown people were telling me about. Yeah. Look how long the global is. It is designed around this, by the way. I'm not slagging it off. Watch. Watch. There. Look at that. Bam. Whoa. I do like the graphics. I'm not going to lie. I do like the graphics. It's very sparkly. The UI... that's the wrong button. Let's not do that. Let's go to this one. Alright, so that's Vale Van Durnus. Dale Van Durnus, dude. Bye, everybody. Okay, so he's progressing on Nail Van Durnus. One of the hardest fights in the game at the time. Strunk. And one that made groups disband, guilds fall apart, and nearly destroyed people's mental states. Serious. We had been working on this fight for around a month, mainly because of our healer. Oh, we got a dog shit healer. We got a dog shit healer, who will be Luo. Luo. Poor old Luo. He's an older guy. He's an older guy. Salt of the earth. Played a white mage. And if there were no mechanics he had to do, as long as he has to do nothing else at all, he's one of the best healers on the server. However, poor Luo has an issue. His ability to deal with any mechanics can only be compared to a fish trying to swim in ice. Well, he was a nice guy when he managed to do something that meant a mechanic was accidentally done correctly. I accidentally got it right. Nailed it. We managed to get close. 10% wipes weren't common, but were consistent when he managed to accidentally position the meteor correctly. I believe we just saw the meteor. One fateful night, we were getting close. We hit sub 5%. We're gearing up for the kill. Our focus, crisp, down the line. Everything's going well. Luo was offline. We'd got a pug who was better than him, who understood what was happening, and we were in the zone, when a voice popped up over TeamSpeak. Dakota, I need a word. Now! It was the guild co-leader, Jerry. Now, me and Dakota spent hours putting groups together, talking with the members, making sure they worked well and got on. Even sometimes going with them into their raids to help out if they need it, for emotional support. Anybody ever done that in WoW? Team P is in trouble. I don't know if this is Team P. They have a Team P, though. Can you imagine? Can you imagine holding someone's hand in a raid? That's pretty interesting. I wonder if that would help some of these guys. We were always busy with something. Now, here's the thing. Jerry's bard, think like a lone wolf hunter, had left the group and guild. So we found a new one, placed him, and had a chat with the rest of the group to see if he was a good fit, and he was. But Jerry wasn't happy with this. He wanted to know what gave us, officers, the right to place someone in his group. I should point out at this point, Jerry was a bit of a cunt. Cared more about his server reputation than anything else. But he wasn't aware that his server reputation was that of a cunt. He believed that his server reputation was to be one of the best raid leaders on the server. Server firsts and server seconds flooded when Jerry was at the helm. And farm raiding were the order of the day after the first week of raid tiers being unlocked. We were in the same guild. My group was okay. It wasn't special. It was no Team P. But we liked to have fun. Bit of banter were the order of the day for us. Progress was second to having a good time with our friends. I'm out, not in. Jerry was insistent. We were mid-pull. And he kept screaming in our channel, making sure that I wasn't heard with call-outs, intentionally skewering our raid, and positions were not being called properly. I calmly said after a pause, to take a breath, Jerry, this can wait 20 minutes until our raid is finished. Please leave us alone, I will remove you from our channel, and password the channel until our raid is finished. Jerry was not happy. Jerry didn't like this. Jerry went into a fucking rage. So I did it. I removed him from the fucking channel, passworded the channel, and I was swiftly moved to the officer chat. I moved myself. Oh my god, they're playing drag in TeamSpeak during the raid. I moved myself back. My name played ping pong for several minutes before I decided to stop the raid for the night in order to deal with Jerry. What an absolute arsehole. What an absolute fucking arsehole, man. I moved back to the officer channel. Both Jerry and Bert were in the channel. I moved Dakota into the channel as well. It's got to get serious. The abuse from Jerry carried on. Other officers told him to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Jerry. Just shut the fuck up, dude. What are you talking about? Bert was asking Jerry why he was being such an arsehole. Dakota and I hadn't said a word yet. It's a solid officer team. Strong and stable. They could handle Brexit, no problem at all. We waited. I decided I would go and grab myself a drink. 10 minutes, I was gone. I came back. He's still going on with himself, telling everybody how disrespectful I had been, and I had decided to become someone who was deliberately unhelpful to the team when he needed to speak to someone who was in my raid group. I chilled with my drink, and I replied when all this had finished, saying that he forced his way into our channel, shouted while we were in the middle of a pull, caused a wipe, and then decided that what he needed was way more important than the raid that was going on right then. Jerry realized he wasn't getting anywhere with a verbal conversation. So Jerry decided that the best solution was to take it to guild chat instead. The entire guild told him he was a cunt. A meme started almost instantaneously, organically born from itself, where people were copy and pasting, well, you are a dickhead, over and over and over and over again. Can we demonstrate it right now? Chat, can you demonstrate, you are a dickhead, and just kind of spam it? And so you can get an idea of how the meme was born. Well, you are a dickhead. There you go. Can you imagine some guy on his high horse and that's what he's reading? Over and over again. Oh my god. Jerry decided to take it further. He went to one of the endgame hideouts, Mordona, and tried to go into trade chat at that point to tell everybody about me. As I'm sure my live audience would like to know, and those of you watching on YouTube right now, everyone in trade chat decided to spam the same thing when the rest of the guildies arrived to spam him more. Jerry left the guild. Jerry left the game. It was several months before he came back. Saw him stood in a new endgame area as a new expansion had released. Someone we knew noticed him and spread the word fast. Jerry was back. Almost without prompting, once the word spread of Big Jerry being back in the game, they had not forgotten and they had not forgiven. The entire server descended to watch it unfold. As the spam began, Jerry stood. It's been months, logs back in and just gets zerged with, well, you are a dickhead. You know as well, there's people on the server who had no idea what was going on, but just joined in anyway. Like, oh yeah, let's get him. He stood proclaiming, despite the spam he was getting, that he was still, after all this time, the best player on the server. While stood in a mismatch of gear, hadn't seen any of the new raids, and still was guildless. His character is still there while I write this to you, being a mess. He hasn't logged in for a little while now. We don't know what was going to become of him, and quite frankly, we don't care. Not long after this, Bert left our raid team, citing he needed to spend more time with his family and looking after his wife and grandkids, as they had just found out that his wife was poorly. Others stopped playing. Somebody took over the guild. My old friends still hang out. Dakota and I switched servers to play with a few of our old raid team. And I come back to WoW regularly. I am currently enjoying, it's in quotation marks, BFA, as I have done everything I want to do in Final Fantasy. But wherever Jerry is, whatever Jerry's doing, we want to make sure that word spreads to the WoW community as well. Should Jerry appear, just tell him that he is a dickhead. Don't need to... We've gone cross-game with Jerry being a dickhead. We all love watching Drama Time and keeping us entertained at work. Thank you for reading my story. And by the way, I'm going to show this on stream. Final Fantasy, for you guys watching, is not full of weebs and ERP. Doubt. X. Lies. Absolute lies. Okay, bro. Sure. I've seen the screenshots. We've all seen the screenshots. Let's not pretend. I'm not gonna make it out. Oh God, Emma's shouting at the kids, boys. It's turning into one of those real Manchester homes. I like it. You see, the issue if you've got kids, you'll know this, is that if you really need the kids to kind of be quiet and just take it chill for like an hour, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Respect to the wife to try and maintain order in this disaster. They're like, well, now you just told me to power up, essentially. Like, you might as well have given me a potion, because I'm now going to go absolutely ham. Okay, the tables have turned. I don't know where this story will lead us. Let's see where we go. Good morning to you, preacher in the chat, and a brofist to you all. It's morning because I am writing to you from sunny California, IA, about 10 minutes from the Blizz HQ itself. A rich boy, eh? From what I'm told, you need to be a rich bitch to live in that area. I've been a fan of your YouTube's videos ever since you did that Christmas special with Nobble. Yeah, that was fun. We did a live version of PreachCon, actually, of that. We did a live version. It was pretty good. A few years back, and I hope that this year you have a similar Christmas special where you guys question each other on lore and gameplay. I have to admit that it was hilarious. Retreading the same joke? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have listened to just about every Drama Time. There are many stories of men being creepers or just downright dirty. Oh, is this a lady? Might be a lady. However, this story is a different twist. I thought this the perfect story to try and even out the balance here. Oh, we got a good guy Greg story. I think we might have a good guy Greg story. Maybe. I'm a vanilla player. And pretty much ever since the game came out, I have been in a relationship with a woman. Oh, maybe. Lesbians? Maybe. I've been in a relationship with a woman who did not like World of Warcraft. which left me with some time to play, but not as much as I'd like due to the shit she would give me, which I'm sure everybody else's girlfriend can understand. No. No, not really. It's all about balance. You got to strike a balance. Yeah. Not really. I do know, actually. My girlfriend before him hated World of Warcraft and made me uninstall it at one point. And I'm sorry to say, boys, that in a moment of non-alphaness, I did rage uninstall the game in front of her. And I regretted it so much because it took me so fucking long to reinstall the game when she'd left. It took me so fucking long. It was such an annoying thing to do. I was young. Shut up. We were in a raging argument. She was like, "Oh, you like playing WoW more than me." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't tell you that." So there you go. Okay. This left me pretty much unable to do content such as raids, and no, I do not count LFR as raiding. That's on you. Well, for BFA, I had a change in relationship status, which gave me the perfect opportunity to do something I has always wanted to do. I thought, what better way than to start this expansion by creating my own guild and start the raiding journey. What a guy. What a guy. I've lost sex and affection, but I've gained raiding. Where does that sit on the balance of scales? I don't know. Ah, well, we're going to go. We're going to go for it. However, being the GM of my own guild, I came across something, or rather someone, that has me scratching my head till this day. Potentially a puzzle for us, chat. We may need to solve this for him, so get your Batman cowl ears on. It all started 2 weeks before the expansion was to release. Which expansion? Battle for Azeroth. Okay. I scrounged up enough guild signatures to create my own guild. Oh, sweet Jesus. Now, I did not realize being a new guild how difficult it was to get people to join the guild. Yeah. I thought being a new expansion, many people would be looking for a fresh start. And people who would want to raid who had never had an opportunity to raid before, like myself, would be easy to find. It's an absolute noob guild. And we're aiming to recruit people who are complete noobs. Could work out well, creates an opportunity for people to make mistakes, but it's got to be a tough mudder challenge, for sure. Well, let's see how it plays out. I have doubts. After spending hours sitting in capital cities using trade chat, okay, mistake number 1. All right. I was able to find a few people. Then it dawned on me, oh my God. Oh, fuck me, this is why I vet the stories. This makes me sick. He's had a revelation, guys. Are you ready? Facebook is a worldwide community of people. It has... We're recruiting via Facebook. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, no. It has many different World of Warcraft groups in it. I could expand my horizon of the recruitment process by looking for others in need of a guild on there. You're 2 steps away from people who come into my chat looking to make a group on some random oceanic server. Any healer for a Toldago 10 in Australia? Where are we? Now, okay, so this is the plan. We're recruiting via Facebook. Okay. Now, I was not picky about experience at the time. I knew in order to get decent players, I'd have to at least be raiding when Eldir came out. Alright, so he has some sort of a goal. Admirable. So I would take any misfit I could find just to put a decent guild raid together and then work on getting more competent people after that. What do you think his chances are here? Zool. Is it going to be Zool? I don't know. I like it. I like it when we go into stories blind, although it is incredibly dangerous given what my email inbox looks like. Are we talking percentages there? We've got a 0% chance. A disband. It's a plan. It's not a good plan. I agree. Has anybody, out of curiosity, anybody ever recruited people via Facebook? Stuck on Mother? Maybe. They're going to start normal mode. We'll see. Let's see. I'm interested to see where they're going to go. I'm going to put money normal mode. Ooh, I'm going to put money on, no, Vectis. I'm going with Vectis. I think they'll do Mother. I think they're going to get stuck at Vectis. That's where I'm at. Okay. So he's taking some myths. Well, my decision to use Facebook will forever change my mind on how I go about finding people for my guild. Okay, good. The expansion had been released, and I headed straight over to the Good Book World of Warcraft groups, and I began to look at all people looking for guilds. Apparently, this is a thing. Please note, though, I never once responded to anyone in the groups. I never posted myself. Rather, I would just find people who threw out their battle tags and would add them in game. That's the plan? The plan is just to grab people's battle tags at random? This is the plan. Okay. I would then put on my best sales profession persona and try to sell them on my guild. I was very successful at this. I bet you were. I was able to put together my first ever raid group. I had some IRL friends who would come and join me too. I have played the game long enough to know what a GM and RL would need to do since I would be playing both roles. But this was also the time I would meet... Alright. We're bringing in someone from Facebook. It's going to be Amicus. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Amicus. Okay, so Amicus is a girl. All right. Now, Amicus was also a girl who didn't help with anything. In fact, Amicus was probably one of the noobiest players I had ever met. That did not deter me, though, because I was sure I could teach anyone to play the game correctly. You've never raided, right? Am I crazy? Our dude's never raided. And you're going to teach people how to raid? How does that work? You can't just go and teach a class on car mechanics because you've driven a car for a long time. Can't do that. Yeah, I agree. That's a yikes. That's a yikes. To give you an idea how noobish I'm talking about Articus here, she didn't know what a rotation was. She didn't even know what a raid was or what to do once you hit level 120. She thought once you hit 120, you'd finish the game. So that was what I was working with. And no, she wasn't new to the game. She'd played since Mr. Pandaria. Does Amicus have a vast selection of cats at home? So we need someone else. I think Amicus might be 60. I think so. Let's have Roberto in. Roberto, come on, pal. Roberto. Okay. Time to uninstall. Done. Okay. Roberto wasn't much better, however. Oh, God. Roberto is also... Let me change this name. Roberto's also a girl. Fuck it. We'll be fine. Roberto was not much better, however. She did know what raids were, and that she knew there was content after you hit level cap. Yeah, we'll go with Roberta. All right, Roberto, you're Roberta. That makes sense. I like that. Good solution. Good solution, team. I like our communication. It's good. All right. Now, audience, he's talking directly to you guys here. I know what you're thinking. I bet you don't. But this was desperate times, I tell you. Recruiting for a new guild isn't easy, so I was taking any slim pickings I could find, okay? Don't judge him, he asks. First ever raid night finally fell upon us. It's Vectis, I'm telling you, it's Vectis. We had prepared as a guild by getting enchants, making cauldrons, preparing feasts so that everyone was well prepared. I had studied the fights in Uldir for many hours. I knew the fights forwards and backwards. I had spent many hours training those who were newer and getting them prepared. Knowing about rotation and how a raid actually works. After all the time I invested, I was sure we would get halfway through the raid. Okay, so we're aiming to get, it says, at least until we encountered the harder bosses of the raid. I think he means Zool. I think he expects to get to Zool. Although that's not technically halfway, but it feels like he wants to get to Zool. Yeah, you guys seem to agree. This was also the first time any of us had heard each other's voices, as we only set up voice comms that day. I am the main tank for my guild, Roberta was a healer, and Amicus is DPS. Now, he's talking to you guys again. Now, chat. Some things I do take for granted as common knowledge and didn't take into account that some of these people might now, or might know, have certain things ready for the raid. We do a deadly boss moss countdown, getting ready to pull Talok. With 6 seconds left on the clock, Robert pulls the boss. This ended up leading into what might guess as a catastrophic turn of events. With Talok only being at 90%, the whole raid was dead on normal. How? How did you even die? How? What could Talok do to kill you? And yeah, he means like at the start of the fight, like within 60%, yeah. 90% of the remaining 60%. I had to find out what I thought was common knowledge. Who had a boss mod? So we spent the next 15 minutes sorting out what a boss mod is and also where to download add-ons for World of Warcraft. Oh my fucking god. They're playing with the standard UI. Oh god. And you know they're not going to configure the position of the boss mods either. I don't know where DBM standardly puts the boss mod bars, but it's not in a good place. Here comes pull number 2. 3, 2, 1. We had a proper pull. However, wipe. Wipe after wipe after wipe. After 2.5 hours of raiding, we killed Talok. And called it a night. Okay, so they beat Talok. So screw you guys. Talok is down. Yes. We have a kill under the belt. The guild is on the scoreboard. We'll take it. We'll take it. Our second raid night is the following day. But I knew. I wasn't a delusional, all right? I knew. If Talok was giving us such a problem, Mother was going to be worse. I also knew exposure would also be a good learning tool. All this is for another drama time. I will prepare another day. Instead, I want to focus on this and this alone. Okay. After our raid that week, I started getting whispers from Amicus. How sexy it was being a raid leader and a tank. Oh no. Well, I might get kicked here. It's time to get my e-tits on the go. Oh my god, a raid leader and a tank was so fucking hot, by the way. I then got another whisper later from Roberta about how sexy my voice was and how nice of a guy I am to take time out of my day to teach everyone how to play. This was not my jam. Our boy's not falling for it. I played it off, said thanks. I'm glad to help. Smooth operator. We'll get further next week as we get more experience playing together, I said. A few days go by and I see 2 friend requests on my Facebook. Oh no! They've circumvented the system! They've got back to Zuckerberg! Oh no! They're using Zuckerfucker as a way in! I looked at who they were and saw we had mutual friends with my IRL friends. I accepted, just thinking that maybe somehow I must have met them through my friends. Both of them girls and not bad looking. Okay. I myself, if we kidded myself as above average, ego. Later that day I get a whisper from both Roberta and Amicus that I was cute and handsome and that they are glad they can put a face behind the mic. At this time I put 2 and 2 together. I asked them individually, how did you find my Facebook? Both had responded. They added my RL friend Battle.net, and since his IRL name is on his battle tag, oh my god, Genius! Genius! Okay, so what they did, they knew an RL friend of the raid leader is in the guild. They added him on battle tag. His battle tag has his real last name in it. So his Facebook found. Not the person we're looking for, though. Time to browse through the friends list and see where our dude lies. Discovered, found, added. Boom! Easy as that. My God, detectives. Whew. This really put me off. This really put me off by this, not knowing if I should be bothered or complimented by what seems to be an absurd amount of effort to find me. They both reassured me that they weren't creepers, honest. Not creepy, by the way. And in their words, they said they were both just curious. Not creepy, just curious. Having no reason to doubt either of them or the fact they were honest, I took them on their word. Mistake. Mistake. A few more days go by. I'd gotten busy with IRL things, so I was unable to log in. I would still make it to raid night, of course, do my islands and such, but I was not on leisurely like I normally was. I started getting messages on the good book from both Roberta and Amicus. Both of them extremely concerned about my lack of WoW playtime. They were very upset that I hadn't logged in to teach them and play with them. They pushed me, and it transitioned from talking about WoW to talking about personal IRL things, such as if I'm single, what do I do for work, where do I live. I didn't mind so much as they seemed to be decent people, and they already pretty much knew a lot about me through browsing my Facebook, so I figured why not? As the conversation went by, Amicus had told me... Oh my God. I should vet these stories. This is a mistake. She told me how much it turned her on to see somebody tanking in a raid. Where's Shade? Ultimate alpha cock. Right there. Where's Shade? I need the ultimate alpha cock in the chat. Where's my boy Shade? Bringing that sweet justice in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, the way you hold aggro, it's holds my aggro, let me tell you. Taunt that clit. That's all I'm saying. She would love to see more of me and to send some more IRL pics. Now, chat. Okay, he's talking to you guys again. He's trying. Our author is desperate for your approval. Just bear that in mind. He's desperate for it, so you know. Now, chat. I'm a single guy. I've been single for a good while at this point, so you can imagine where my testosterone levels were at that moment. Dude wants to get laid. You can't blame a guy, right? Come on, you can't blame him. Of course, I replied with, what kind of pic? And her response was the very simple, very clear devil face emoji. Oh, fire down below. The devil. I played it cool, only if you send one back. And the pics were exchanged. I was very impressed with what I got to see. That being said, I didn't care about her current WoW noob status. Besides, I knew by working with her, I would get her to where she needed to be. The other conversation that was going on, of course, was with Roberta, which was almost the same conversation. Pics were exchanged, but after... Oh no! Oh, disaster! Oh no! Oh no! Shit! Pics were exchanged, but this time, after the pics were exchanged, Roberta asked a simple question. Why, given how close we are, is she not an officer? Boom. She's got a picture of your dick now, son. She's got a picture of your dick. God damn. God damn. She asked, is it because of Amicus? Because I spend more time with her. Oh, the fuck. Now, I admit, after seeing her exposed in a picture, I felt some pressure to actually make her an officer. But I said she could only be an officer if she agreed that she had to do some officer stuff, like helping with recruiting and preparing raid materials. Dude, you done fucked up so badly. Oh my god. Okay. She had agreed. And I felt that this was a win-win scenario. You honestly thought this was a win-win scenario? Motherfucker, you naive bastard. Oh my god. As days went by, the offline messages from Roberta started increasing. Soon, she told me she was going on vacation. Where? I asked. I wonder, right, guys? She said, lol, California. Don't worry, though. I'm not there to stalk you. I just have a sudden desire to go to Disneyland. The question we have to ask ourselves at this point, as readers of this tale, are we about to be catfished? Is Lady Ashvane about to turn up? Right? Because it could end up well, right? But maybe. 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 You never know. I was a bit bothered by this because it was as if her mind was made up and didn't even have a discussion prior to this. It's none of your business. She doesn't need to discuss it with you. You're not in control of where this girl goes on vacation. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? So it was news to me. I thought if I played it off as if I wasn't interested, that I would deter her from coming to California because I had a feeling she wasn't coming for Disneyland. I said, you're going to come all that way just for Disneyland? But you live near Disney World. Maybe it's better if you go there, if that's what you want to see. Her response, though, she's got an ace up her fucking sleeve, boys. Well, not just Disneyland. I also want to see the Blizzard HQ. No getting around that one, son of a bitch. This really, really troubled me because I had told her that I live extremely close to the Blizzard HQ. Damn. I have to ask, and you can reply in private. I promise I won't reveal it to my audience. I promise you. Do you work for Blizzard? You can tell me. I'm just curious. Do you work for Blizzard? I really want to know because I'm just reading between the lines. I'm just reading between the lines. You keep mentioning how close you are to Blizzard HQ. Do you work for Blizzard? You can tell me. I won't. I promise on my children, I will not reveal it to the audience. I'm just genuinely curious. Okay. This really troubled me, considering how close I was. I responded, there isn't much to see unless you get a tour. How do you know that? You'll probably be wasting your money. Totally worth it, Blizzard. Her response was, of course, there isn't much to see unless you... Oh, no, sorry. I could, but if I did come, you could also just show me around. You will work for Blizzard! What? She wants the private tour? Motherfucker! Totally Blizzard! This is Morhaime! Morhaime's slapping ass! Get it, Morhaime! Now, knowing how to respond to this was pretty much put on the spot. Okay, I'm pretty busy though, and I can't take time off work, so I don't know when I would have time, but I can try. Her response to all this, I'm sure you could take time for me. Devil face emoji. Devil face emoji. What are you talking about? I'm still in Clean Slate. Mike doesn't work for Blizzard anymore. I'm not even talking about a Blizzard employee. Yeah? Right? Yeah? Right? Before you try and put that shit on me. Don't try and put that shit on me. I'm easy clean. You know what I mean? Doesn't even work for Blizzard. That was the last of the conversation. We went on to talk about WoW-related things. And the next few days, pictures upon pictures about anything you can imagine. Any pose you can imagine started flooding my Facebook Messenger from Roberta. I did not ask for all these pictures, mind. In fact, most of them I didn't even respond to, but she kept sending them anyway. Oh God, when you get bored of naked pictures, what a bummer. If I didn't answer in an hour or longer, she would start sending other messages. How are you? Are you busy? Are you okay? What are you doing right now? Do you get my last message? Did you see my last picture? And the list goes on and on and on, over and over and over and over again. It had gotten to the point where I told her, oh no, what are you going to say? It had gotten to the point where I told her, I appreciate you checking up on me, but if I'm not responding, it's because I'm busy and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, secretaried. She got secretaried. Damn. She said, okay, but I'm sure if I was there, you would have time for me. In fact, I'm sure you would be addicted to me. This followed a full spread eagle photo. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. No. Oh no. No. Ooh. Yeah, rank. Oh no. I decided to just delete Facebook Messenger at that time. I decided to just delete Facebook Messenger at that time because it would notify her that I didn't have Facebook Messenger. I also had to take a week break from World of Warcraft for training through my work, which I let my IRL friends know that I would not be logging in. Monday morning began my training at 8 a.m, but I would finish at 3 p.m. It was pretty exhaustive training, so I'd be really tired by the time I got home and just wanted to take a nap. Wednesday, I had just gotten off work a bit earlier at 2:30 p.m. It typically takes a half hour for me to get home. I drive down... Oh, where are we going? I swear to you all, I have no idea where we're going right now, but I can picture it in my mind. Let's hope let's hope for a good result here, boys. I need you all to hold my hand. I really do. We need to hold hands together. I drive down my street, and as I come up to my house, I see a taxi outside. I thought to myself, why would there be a taxi at my home? I look at my front door and I see a very familiar woman standing at the door. I freaked out and panicked because it is Roberta. I turned around in the street right then and there and drove to another city 40 minutes away where I eventually felt safe. Nope. That is the best nope ever. 40 minutes? Not just like round the corner. No, 40 minutes away. Nope. I'm not fucking doing this. Nope, I'm going. Bye. I'll stay in a hotel. It's fine. Once I felt safe, I decided to check the good book and look on Roberta. I had to be clear on what I just saw and see if there was any evidence on the good book profile of her arriving in California. I had never looked on her profile before, but what I was about to see would forever change me. She did in fact... Oh my god. She did in fact arrive in California. She did in fact check in at the airport. Check in at a... What's check in? Is this something that tags you on Facebook? I don't use Facebook. Is that a thing? So it says like, this person's now here, this person's now here. I guess that's what it is, like a geotag thing. She checked in at a nearby restaurant, but something more disturbing was at play here. Anybody want to guess? What's the Yeah, oh, okay. Daka Doofus all over it. He's seasoned. She had a relationship status change a month prior, 4 weeks ago. She had lots of familiar photos on her profile. All the photos were of me. The relationship she was in was with me, not tagged. She had gone into my Facebook, copied my pictures, put them in her profile. I was shocked. I didn't know how to handle this situation. I thought it would be best to stay at my work or in a nearby hotel for the rest of the training. I re-downloaded Facebook Messenger to find over 500 messages. I sent her one last message. I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't do what he does. I've seen it. I don't think I would do this. Okay. The last message he sends her is, "You are a psycho. I'm not calling a psycho a psycho. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not calling a psycho a psycho. I'm not doing that. You are a psycho and you need serious mental help. If you weren't crazy, I might have been realistically interested, but there is no chance I will ever spend my time with crazy. Go get help and never message me again, or all your pics will go out viral. Now he wants. This is what I'm saying. He doesn't want you guys to judge. I am not a mean person, audience. I'm a very nice person. But at this point, I was put into a corner. Needless to say, it got very serious, and I'm sorry to tell you all, she unfriended him on Facebook. Yeah. I know. I know. She left the guild. However, I did get a message from her a couple of months ago from a new Facebook account, since I blocked her original one, that just said, "How are you?" Oh my god, she came back. She came back. No! Let's start this again. So things got a little weird. So why don't we give it a fresh go? To which I instantly blocked. The moral of this story, gentlemen, be careful who you're going to get nasty with. You never even got nasty. Now, you might be wondering what happened to Amicus, but that is a different story I will tell you at some other time. This was just a prelude for that one. I hope you enjoyed my little tale, and as always, I love you guys, don't we all? A guild update, though, so well, I do still run the same guild, and I've got more competent players now. We have 9 out of 9 BOD, 9 out of 9 Heroic BOD, and 1 out of 9 Mythic Battle for Dazar Law. That's really nice to hear, actually, because the Facebook guild somewhat paid off eventually. Wow, that was probably the most psycho story we've had in a really long time. Don't recruit through Facebook, guys. Do me a favor. Just don't do that. That's a bad idea. And don't just like steal people's battle tags and just randomly add them. There's a good plan as well. Is he recruiting? Lol. His skill's doing better than mine. What a bummer. His skill's doing better than mine. Ladies and gentlemen, that just brings the end of drama time for today. I have a fun TDP lined up for you, as well as a more deeper conversational video I would like to have with you guys that I've recorded today, all for your pleasure over the weekend. So I hope you have fun. I won't be streaming raid testing tonight, but I will probably... I'll stick a video up tomorrow how the raid testing goes. Hopefully we can have a deeper look inside the Eternal Palace, because they're not showing much yet. It looks a little boring right now, but hopefully it's got some cool stuff inside. It is supposed to be an underwater city after all, so hopefully that's going to be awesome. So I'll be doing raid testing tonight. If any of you are on the PTR server, feel free to say hi. If you're from the US or something, we've never had a chance to talk, feel free to say hello, because it's mixed by US and EU and Oceanic and all those kinds of people. So if you are on the PTR, feel free to say hello. I'll be hanging around the Great Seal. I'll be around there, usually about half an hour before the raid starts. Love you all. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye. I'll be on Preach 1 or Preach 2. It's very creative. Just type Preach. You'll find me. Bye-bye.